Thank you, everybody, for gathering here today with such short notice. My name is Assemblymember Juan Carrillo, co-chair of the Southern California Latino Caucus. We're gathered here in light of what we just recently saw on the media, on TV. Our sitting U.S. Latino senator being treated the way that he was treated. The concern that I have, if a U.S. senator is treated that way, how can we imagine our own constituents, our own communities are being treated by what's happening, not only in LA, not only across the state of California, but unfortunately across the nation. I just wanted to have us gather here to denounce what has happened to our sitting U.S. Senator Alex Padilla. And with that, I'd like to have whoever wants to speak behind me, all these legislators. I thank you all for joining us with such short notice. And we're going to start with Assemblymember Mark Gonzalez.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mark Gonzalez. I represent the downtown Los Angeles and Boyle Heights community, and I'm grateful to all of my colleagues who are standing behind me as one community, coming together to denounce what happened to our sitting U.S. Senator, a Latino, a man elected by the people, for the people, not for this. We are not here to stand idly by while a king and a queen in D.C. try to take over our community, try to take over our neighborhoods, try to take over and tear families apart and utilize California and Los Angeles as its political playground. That is not what this is. They are just ripping apart what made California what it is today. They are ripping apart the Constitution. They are not listening to the voices who are crying, who are desperate, who made California this golden state. And they're doing that to a U.S. sitting senator because they don't care. This is what they put on their Project 2025. This is something that we knew they were going to do, but they don't care who you are and what you look like. And Republicans, you should be ashamed of yourself for allowing this behavior to continue. For Republicans in this building who we work with every single day, who look at us in the eye but spit behind us behind our back, you should be ashamed to be denouncing the same kind of behavior. Because if you're not saying anything about it, silence speaks to where you stand on this issue. And I am frustrated, like many of you, to see this happen, because this is not the end. They're coming for you, they're coming for me, they're coming for each and every single one of us. And so if you're a Republican out there and you have the ability to get a hold of this administration, tell them to stop. This is not what we are here for. This is not what government is about. And so, look, we're all just emotional. We're seeing this all over the United States, and it's not just here. And so my heart goes out to the senator, and we thank him for standing up today, and we're standing together as one Democratic family behind me. And I want to introduce Senator Sasha Perez from Los Angeles as well.
Thank you all for being here. I am in absolute shock. I think our entire community is in shock. I'm still receiving phone calls right now as we speak with constituents who are panicking, wondering what is going on, watching a democratically elected U.S. Senator, Alex Padilla, being thrown to the ground and arrested for daring to ask questions to our Homeland Secretary, Kristi Noem. What has happened to our communities? What is going on? And if our U.S. Senator can be attacked in this way, then what does that mean for the rest of us? We know so many in our communities are getting ready to peacefully protest this coming Saturday. There are so many advocates preparing because they want to push back, and people are scared. People are scared to raise their voice around these issues. This is unacceptable. As Assemblymember Gonzalez just said, we need everybody to speak out against this. This includes Republicans. What is happening is unacceptable. We have a dictator in the White House. He is violating the Constitution. He has unveiled and used military force against Californians. We have to stop this, and we must collectively call out that he is violating the law. And we need everybody, including all of you here as media, to report on this. This is unseen. This is unheard of. We have democracy on the line. And California might be the only thing preventing it from falling apart. We are being tested. So we need everybody to speak up around what is happening here. I am terrified. Our communities are terrified. To have a democratically elected U.S. senator attacked in this way is completely unacceptable, and we will not stand for it and allow Donald Trump and his goons to go after our communities. And we will do whatever it takes to stand up and to fight back. And that if that includes us having to be arrested, then so be it. The governor has made that very clear. If you are going to come from California, you are going to have to go through each and every single one of us.
100%. Yes.
Thank you all. David Alvarez. I'm an assembly member from San Diego, and I unfortunately and really speaking up for the first time. And I think it's because I've realized what I've been feeling for the last couple of weeks. And it's been already mentioned here today. And I think it has to be acknowledged too that a lot of people are feeling a lot of fear. And it feels like very helplessness, a feeling of helplessness and hopelessness. But in reflection and in prayer and first, with God, and with people in our community, I think that the counterbalance of fear with faith is courage. And I want to first and foremost ask all of us to applaud the courage of Senator Alex Padilla for what he did today. It should be, for all of us, how we should be looking at this issue. And I don't want to step away here from saying this all is completely unnecessary if we actually solved the core of this issue, which is immigration reform. It really is that simple. If we actually had the courage by our federal representatives to do immigration reform, we would be in a better place. If we had the courage by our business community leaders who rely on our workers to ask the Congress to do the right thing, we would be in a better place. I think we should ask and we should continue forward with courage, all of us speaking up, whether you're elected into office or not. We all need to show and demonstrate the courage, everyone out there, that we will not stand for this, that we're asking that the right thing be done, that the courage is demonstrated by our elected leaders in Washington, and that we put an end to this horrific episode, which is really going at the core of who we are as America in so many different ways. So we stand on the Capitol steps here today to demonstrate that we stand united and that we will stand in support of those leaders who stand with us. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Assemblymember Tina McKinner, and I represent the 61st Assembly District right adjacent to LA. Today, I would just like to let everybody know who's watching out there from around the world, around the country, is that LA is not on fire. LA is not on fire. It is peaceful. It is beautiful right now. And so it's a lie about LA being on fire. Secondly, this is a test, people around the country. This is a test. If they can break California, if they can do this to California, they'll do it to the rest of the country. This is definitely a test. We will have an election next year, a midterm, and this is almost a year away. And this president doesn't want to see another election, so we have to be very careful crossing these lines because this guy wants to be a dictator in this country, and we will not have it. Thirdly, Democrats are not the enemy. Today I read that the Democrats are the enemy of America. Democrats are not the enemy of America. I was born and raised here, like most of us, and even if you were not, we are Americans here. And we are not Democrats, we are Americans, and we are not the enemy of the state. And so with that, I tell you that as an African-American woman, African-American Democrat, and African-American Angelino, I stand with my brothers and sisters to make sure that we stop this. President Donald Trump, just stop. Thank you.
Today, a U.S. senator, a sitting U.S. senator, was arrested for trying to ask a question. Let that sink in. A U.S. senator was arrested for trying to speak up, for speaking up for all of us, for all of California, for the entire United States. What is happening in the United States of America if we are not allowed to ask a question? We are not in a time and a place to just stand here and allow this to happen. We have to keep pushing back. We have to keep fighting back. So on Saturday, remember, all of us, every single one of us, if we fight back together peacefully, we can keep them away from us, but we have to do it together. This is the time to come together, to lock arms. It's not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about all of us realizing that this is the worst time in our history to allow this to happen to our brothers and sisters, to our undocumented brothers and sisters who are facing ICE raids, but even U.S. citizens who are getting picked up off the streets and put in jail, detained in detention centers when they are U.S. citizens. What are we doing? What are we allowing? And the media is portraying Los Angeles as a place that is not peaceful. Be honest, be real with it. That is not happening. There's a curfew and nobody is around. So if we continue to allow the president and the Homeland Security Secretary to say that we have a problem and they're going to keep sending in more troops, we are dead wrong. We have to push back. And we are not going to allow that because they want this to be political theater. Donald Trump thinks this is a reality TV show, and it is not. California is not your playground. We are not to be played with. Stop playing these war games.
Thank you, everyone, for being here today. The Trump administration is taking bullying tactics to a whole new level. Scapegoating immigrants to score political points is disgusting, and it isn't something new. Having the United States Senator arrested for attempting to question one of the cabinet secretaries, laying hands on the Senator Alex Padilla and taking him to the ground and handcuffing him is not only appalling and abuse of power, it is a direct attack on those who dare to defend justice. Let's be absolutely clear. These Gestapo-like tactics have no place in our democracy. Trump's administration is attempting to normalize brute force, the deployment of troops on American soil, and the arrest of brave people who ask questions that challenge Trump's kingmanship, authority. We will not be silent, and we will not back down. And we are here with all Californians. We see you. Los vemos y estamos unidos. Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Celeste Rodriguez, Assembly Member for the 43rd District, the Northeast San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles, the community that is proud to represent Pacoima, who raised Senator Alex Padilla. We are outraged by what has happened to the senator during today's Department of Homeland Security press conference in Los Angeles. Being violently wrestled to the ground and forcefully escorted for simply demanding accountability in the face of constitutional violations is disgraceful. It is not only outrageous, it is utterly unacceptable. Senator Padilla is not just a public servant, he's one of us. He comes from our neighborhoods, he understands our struggles, and he has always fought for the people. We stand with him and we will not be intimidated when voices like his are silenced for speaking truth to power. Something fundamentally wrong has taken place, something that challenges the very core of our democracy. ICE and federal agents have been terrorizing our communities, and any attempt to hold them accountable is being shot down. Senator Alex Padilla, a sitting U.S. Senator, was demanding answers. It was not disruption. It's democracy in action. Let this be a wake-up call, not to us, but to this administration, that California does not back down. We will not be silenced. We will fight for our gente. The events that have taken place this last week in our state are absolutely not about safety or justice. They are about control, surveillance, and dehumanization of entire communities. As immigrant communities, we recognize that these are attacks on our very own existence in this country. This act of terror that President Trump is inflicting on our communities will leave behind traumatized children, disrupted homes, and devastated neighborhoods. We will do all in our power to enforce constitutional protections and hold ICE accountable. I thank Senator Padilla for standing up today and demanding answers. This fight will continue, and we are here every step of the way. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Jesse Gabriel, proud to represent the West San Fernando Valley in the California State Assembly. Let me be here to say, simply to say, I stand with Alex Padilla. I am proud of Alex Padilla. I am grateful for Senator Padilla for standing up for our democracy, for standing up for our communities, and for standing up for our California values. All of us here, irrespective of what community we represent across the state, whether the people we represent, whether they are citizens or not citizens, Latinos or not, we are united behind Senator Padilla because what he was doing was right and just and consistent with our values. And we believe that what happened to him cannot be allowed to happen in this country. And so many of my colleagues have talked about this. The fact that a sitting United States Senator, one of the most powerful people in this country, one of the most powerful people in the world, was violently thrown to the ground for peacefully asking a question. Violently thrown to the ground for peacefully asking a question. If they can do that to Senator Padilla, they can do that to anybody. And that is not acceptable. It is un-American. It is inconsistent with our values. And if they think that they are going to scare us into submission, they are absolutely wrong, because all of us Californians, documented and undocumented, citizens and non-citizens, Latinos and non-Latinos, we are united behind Senator Padilla. We are united in standing up for democracy, and we are going to win. Donald Trump will not win.
Mire, no hay palabras para este momento en mundo. ¿Qué haces? Cuando yo veo el tratamiento para Senator Padilla, ¿qué haces? Hay una que haces. Necesita votar. Necesitamos que todos votar, que todos tengan una voz y necesita juntos si se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Good afternoon. I'm Assemblymember Damon Connolly, proudly representing Marin and Sonoma counties. Really here today with my colleagues to show steadfast support with Senator Alex Padilla. We are outraged. We know Senator Padilla. He's a decent person. He's a consummate public servant who was simply showing up to exercise First Amendment rights on behalf of all of us, asking the questions that need to be asked and demanding answers. For that, he was literally thrown to the ground, handcuffed, and arrested. We are not going to let that stand, and unfortunately, it is part of a larger effort and slide toward authoritarianism due to Donald Trump and his minions. We now have a situation in our communities where people are scared to take their kids to school. When people are in a Home Depot parking lot and fear that an unmarked van may come and separate them from the rest of their families. When folks who are working hard in our communities can no longer feel safe simply going to work. This will not stand. We need everyone out there watching, the media, politicians, everyday people in California and this nation, to stand with us, to stand with Senator Padilla, and mostly to fight for our communities, for our immigrant neighbors, families. We are with you 100%, and we will not give up until this fight is won. Thank you.
My name is Buffy Wicks. I represent beautiful East Bay, Oakland, Berkeley, and Richmond in the California State Legislature. 8014, that's right. And I'm here to say I stand unequivocally with my beautiful colleagues, this diverse group of people, and we stand with Senator Padilla and his actions today. And the fact that a U.S. Senator, democratically elected in this beautiful state, was in a public building, at a public event, and was trying to ask a simple question on behalf of his constituents, and was thrown to the ground and arrested and detained is unconscionable. That's right. What the hell is happening in our country right now? What is happening? Our democracy is online. It is on the line, and we will not wilt in the face of fear. And we will not wither in the face of uncertainty, because we will organize together. And we will rally together our brothers and sisters in the labor movement, our Latino community, our Black community. We will be there because our democracy is too important right now. That is what is on the line. And we will be there lockstep every day to protect our immigrant communities.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Fall. I'm proudly representing District 49 in the West San Gabriel Valley in Los Angeles County. And I stand proudly with my colleagues here today to denounce the actions today that happened to Senator Padilla, a longtime friend, somebody I've known for close to 30 years. His leadership and efforts in Los Angeles and throughout our nation is tremendous. He was exercising his constitutional rights, and the fact that he was thrown to the ground is unconscionable. So I'm proud to stand with all my colleagues here, with labor, with my colleagues, to denounce these actions, to protect our democracy in these very fragile times, in these very challenging times. And we must continue to uplift our voices here to really make sure that we are standing for our Constitution, standing for the rights of Alex Padilla and everyone here today. Is labor in the house today? Yeah. SEIU? Let's continue to fight here for our communities and our diverse immigrant communities in California. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gail Pellerin. I represent the 28th Assembly District, and I am fuming with rage over what has happened today to our U.S. Senator. This is unacceptable. We are not going to tolerate this. I stand strongly with Alex Padilla, and if they're going to come and arrest him, you can come and arrest me. You can come and arrest our colleagues. That is not going to change the situation here. We have a crazy person in D.C., and we need to stop them and tell them enough is enough. We are not going to tolerate this assault on our communities, on our working families, on our mothers and fathers and children. They're going after children, for God's sakes. We will not tolerate this. We are going to fight like hell, and we are going to win this battle.
With that, I want to thank all of you for being here in such short notice. I do appreciate the effort for making this happen. And again, I want to thank all of those members behind me, the ones that spoke, and those that could not be here today too. They are on their way to other press conferences in their respective districts. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for all of you standing here with us united. And we're going to continue to fight for our democracy. Thank you again, and we're here for Alex Padilla.